Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to topic 5.6, real-time CPU scheduling. So in general, soft real-time system can be differentiated with hard real-time system. For soft real-time system, they guarantee only critical real-time tasks or have the highest priority over the non-critical tasks, but no guarantee as to when tasks will be scheduled. Okay, for a hard real-time system, tasks must be serviced by its deadline. Service after deadline has expired is the same as no service at all. Okay, there are 5 techniques for real-time CPU scheduling. Okay, which we have priority-based scheduling, rate monotonic scheduling. The third one is earliest deadline first scheduling, followed by proportional share scheduling, and the last one is POSIX real-time scheduling. However, we only discuss 4 out of 5 where we exclude the last technique, which is POSIX real-time scheduling. Okay, before we go further with the CPU, with the real-time CPU scheduling technique, okay, we discuss first how to minimizing latency. Okay, so this is the first section of this topic. 5.6.1 minimizing latency. So consider the event-driven nature of a real-time system. So the system is typically waiting for an event in real time to occur. So when an event occurs, the system must respond to and service it as quickly as possible. So we have event latency. So event latency can be defined as the amount of time that elapses from when an event occurs to when it is serviced. Okay, so we know it as a event latency. We have 2 types of latency that affects performance. The first one is interrupt latency. Okay, the definition is more or less like the event latency. Okay, so interrupt latency can be defined as time from arrival of interrupt to start of routine that service interrupt. So this is related with ISR, interrupt service routine. Okay, that we already learned in chapter 1. You also have learned it in computer organizations. Okay, the second type of latency is dispatch latency. This is more related to process. So dispatch latency is the time for scheduler to take current process of CPU and switch to another process. Okay, we look at the interrupt latency first. Okay, so interrupt latency, okay, so for example, we look at this figure. Okay, interrupt latency can be when an interrupt occurs, the OS must first complete the instruction it is executing and determine the type of interrupt that occurred. Okay, they need to determine the interrupt type. So for example, maybe the clock interrupt, input-output interrupt, or memory fault. It must then save the state of the current process before servicing the interrupt using the specific interrupt service routine. Okay, so the total time required to perform this type is the interrupt latency. So it is crucial for real-time operating system to minimize interrupt latency to ensure that real-time tasks receive immediate attention. So we try our best to minimize the interrupt latency. Okay, now we look at the second type of event latency, which is dispatch latency. Okay, dispatch latency is the amount of time required for scheduling dispatcher to stop one process, okay, and start another process. Okay, so it's providing real-time tasks with immediate access to CPU, mandates that real-time operating system minimize this latency as well. Okay, so the most effective technique for keeping dispatch latency low is to provide preemptive kernels. Okay, so dispatch latency is not suitable using non-preemptive kernels. Okay, so the conflict phase of dispatch latency has two components. Okay, the first component is preemption of any process running in kernel mode. Okay, the second component is it will release by low priority process of resources needed by high priority processes. Okay, so the following conflict phase is the dispatch phase. Schedules the high priority process onto an available CPU. Okay, so the time required for the scheduling dispatcher to stop one process and start another process is known as a dispatch latency. Okay, that's all for the first section of real-time CPU scheduling. So inshallah we will continue with the technique of real-time CPU scheduling. Thank you guys for watching.